Andrew here from Enhanced Dimensions. I'm just going to give you a quick tour of the Sony 3D HXR-NX3D1E camera in response to some questions that have been asked. Hopefully it will make sense. Okay, so here we are for a quick look around the Sony HXR-NX3D1E, catchy little name. Sony's 3D camcorder. This is very similar to the TD10E, I think it is. The primary differences, as far as we can work out, are it has different frame rates enabled, and it has the XLR input attachment added, which gives you the ability to insert more professional microphones via this unit. Now, as you can see from the lenses there, when I adjust the 3D effect controller, which I'll show you in a second, you actually don't, it doesn't make any difference to the interaxial distance there. However, if you were watching the effect of this on the monitor, you would see it changing the convergence. Now, there is quite a lot of play in it. It does actually get to a point where it stops, but as you can pretty much see, the interaxial distance between the lenses actually does not change at all. Okay, so what I'm going to demonstrate now is the controls of the convergence. This uses a little sort of thumb control at the front of the camera that I showed, and will adjust the convergence. What I'm going to do, because at the moment the screen automatically by default is set to 3D, as you can see over there, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch it from 3D to effectively 3D that shows the two images overlaid. So what you can see is, you can see the front light here is sharp, and the light in the distance is blurred. That's because it's a double image. So what you can do is effectively adjust the convergence by adjusting the knob. So I'll adjust it. Currently we're converged on the front light, and just adjusting the slider. There we go. Now we're converged on the light in the background, and as you can see, the foreground light is now sticking out of the screen. So just to show you some, give you some idea of how far this will go, I'll carry on. So that's where we got to there on the light. I'll carry on moving the convergence, and you can see the image and see quite how far it goes. At the moment we're probably about 3 or 4 meters from the back of the room. So that's as far as it will go. There's maybe about a meter or a meter and a half between the cameras, between the lights. So let me bring that back in the other direction. Okay, so there we go again. We're converged on the back light, and then that's us converged on the front light, and I'll keep going to show you the extent it will go to in the other direction. There we go, that's it stopped there. So as you can see, there's quite a fair amount of divergence control. Move that back to there. At the back of the camera here, you can see we've got a 3D 2D switch. Now switching that will actually switch to filming in 2D. You might want to do that to use some of the more advanced features, because some of the advanced features are disabled when you're filming in 3D mode. The XLR microphone head unit here that links in joins by a custom connector down here that slots in there, and the whole mechanism attaches on the top there. I'll zoom out a bit. So yeah, this whole mechanism, the top piece, is unscrewed with this screw here and comes off. The microphone and that unit are supplied with the camera. Around this side we've got the HDMI out, which will feed the stereoscopic output if you use it that way. and we have the AV lamp connector, and above it we have microphone and headphone inputs. The audio controls for the XLR mic input unit are there. They're all fairly self-explanatory, so I'm not going to go through them. The camera also uses a fairly standard Sony battery. I think it's something like a FVP70 or something like that. However, just to note that I did try one of these so-called compatible models. In fact, I've actually received two batteries from the same place, and neither of them have worked. After about 60 seconds the camera switched off, giving me an incompatible battery warning error. The camera also comes with two CD-ROMs, one of which contains the manuals in various languages, and the other one contains a Sony content management utility. Now, using this, I imported files from the camcorder, and there's an option in it to actually split them into a left and right view. A question came up about how did I edit them in Premiere Pro, and essentially it was import them using this, split them into left and right, and then edit in Premiere Pro as you would if you had left and right streams. That was a quick tour then of the Sony 3D camcorder. I hope that's answered your questions. If there's anything else you want to ask, do feel free to get in touch at 3d@enhanced-dimensions.com. Okay, bye now.